Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher behavior is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses classroom management and pedagogy. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. Students in an elementary mathematics classroom are studying graphs and graphing. The students will be collecting information about the number of different colored candies in bags of M&Ms. At the beginning of the lesson, the teacher briefly reviews the different types of graphs the students have learned about and the different kinds of information each graph conveys. The teacher links the students' previous knowledge to the instructional goals for the day. The teacher's management of a daily review session demonstrates content management, part of classroom management.
Boys and girls, today we're going to talk about graphing. And you remember that we've done some graphing before, and we have different kinds of graphs, and the different kinds of graphs are used for different things. A graph is some kind of information that we use, and then we try to organize it so that we can understand how we're going to use that information. It usually represents things or shows relationships between things, and that's what a graph is. An example, we've done a couple of kinds of graphs, okay? And this is not a graph. This is just graph paper. An example of a graph, if you recall, the one kind that we used that looked like this and like this and had this filled in. Does anybody remember what kind of graph that was? Gerald?
Bar graph.
Okay, that was a bar graph.
The teacher demonstrates an appreciation of diversity by modeling multicultural awareness. She gives the students an example of physical differences and similarities among individuals within an African American community. She uses the example to help her students understand the difficulties involved in making statistical generalizations. This example of the art of teaching displays effective student-centered pedagogy.
Let's think about this. I live on the southeast side of town. Some of the other students in here live on the southeast side of town. When we're talking about this is Black History Month or African American History Month, most African Americans would have been in the same line that I would have been in, which means that we have what color? Eyes. Brown. So would that be valid if you went to a different part of the city? Would you say that everyone had blue eyes? No. Okay, so you have to think about that. Depending upon different races and different ethnicities, that would not be valid. And if there's a whole class of third graders who are African American, most of them are not going to have blue eyes. Okay? So we can't make generalizations with some of the information that we have. We have to think about it and take other things into consideration. There are other factors that we have that would make our premise, and that's what we made, a guess, that would make it really wrong. Okay?
The students count the number of candies of each color in a single bag of M&Ms and record their information on a worksheet. Then they combine their data with a partner's and again record the information and try to make a general statement about the contents of a bag of M&Ms. Each pair of students works in the computer lab to create a spreadsheet and a graph to represent their data. The teacher guides her students through the process of creating a spreadsheet with AppleWorks 6.0 and saving it with an appropriate file name. The teacher demonstrates an element of pedagogy by using current technology and instructional resources to enhance her students' mathematics learning.
Now, this is the thing that we've not done before that you're going to do to make sure that we know that it's yours. You are going to, with your eyes and eyes only, find your menu bar. Find the word format, F-O-R-M-A-T. With eyes and eyes only, well, your finger can point, okay? And now you get to use your mouse. You're going to hold down on your mouse and you're going to see that pop-down window that says Format. And you're going to scroll down to the bottom where it says Insert Header. And you're going to highlight that, select it, Header, H-E-A-D-E-R, let up on your mouse. And then you have a document that has a blinking cursor at the top of it. That's where you're going to put your name, that means you and your partner, and you're going to put M&M graph, and you're going to put the date, which is February 22nd, 2001.
The teacher circulates around the room and monitors students as they work cooperatively on the computer. She helps them through the process of interpreting and graphing their data. The teacher's management of group in-class work demonstrates content management, part of classroom management.
Yours. And then when we get hers, then we add yours plus hers. And we get how many the two of you had in all. Right? Well, blue and then brown and then green and then yellow and orange and red, just like all the colors. Okay? So there's not a whole lot that we can do until she comes back. We need to get rid of that 42 though. How you do that? So now we have ma'am. You need a space there, don't you? And you also do not have to capitalize the A and D. Space.